Hey guys, today I'm going to be sharing on something that a lot of people often ask me is how you actually get people to listen to you. And this can apply to people who have a team under them, or it could be even be for business owners who have a second tier of leadership where they have people that they want to coach and train and get instructions passed down to them, whereby they have to actually do the work that was assigned. Especially if you're looking to scale, one of the biggest unlocks that you're going to get is through delegation. And when you delegate, you often give up some level of control. So it's important that the message that you want to bring across to the next team member is succinct and it's clear and it's carried out to the highest level possible as compared to how you would have done it yourself, right? So there are mainly four ways that you can actually get someone to listen and follow your instructions as you have given them. The number one, it's reason that they may often come back to you for is actually they tell you that they did not know that you wanted this to be done, right? So meaning that you have to assume that they did not know, right? So very often you have to be clearer in terms of how you give your instructions across. So for examples, if you wanted your social media manager to post X number of content, right? So you say go ahead and post content, and you after a few days you check in back with them and they have not done so, right? So one of the thing that could have been lacking is you did not give a clear deadline or a clear expectation of when it should be completed. Yeah, so if you were to ask them why wasn't it done, and they might tell you that, oh, they didn't know that you wanted it done today or tomorrow. Yeah, so it's very important that when you give instructions, you set a certain deadline to it and you let them know what's their expectation. So I would like X number of posts to be put out by the end of this week, Friday, 5 p.m., for example, right? So that's the first step. So even when you're giving any instructions, just make sure that you have that component, which is the first layer. It means they did not know that you wanted it done at this time. Okay, now assume that they actually know that you wanted it done. Next reason why they may come up to you and let you know that it hasn't been done yet, or when you chase up certain projects, or when your team member chases up certain projects, it's still not done. It's the team member may not know how to do it. So that's the next assumption that you want to go by. And when you check in with them and you find out that they did not know how to do it. So for example, back to maybe posting this social media content. So they said, yes, I knew that you wanted it to be done end of day Friday, but they did not know how to do it. So that's when you have to include in your instructions that this is how you do it. So you got to open up Instagram, you got to give them the passwords, and then you're going to film certain content or put up carousels. And this is essentially how you do it. You walk them through the whole workflow. So that's how you hand over the task. Okay. So that's the second reason why people don't do something that you ask them of. So they not know how to do it. So let's say you address that. So now you have explained very clearly how to do it, and you still find that the task that you gave was not completed. Okay. So the third thing that they may have not have is the resources to do the task that you ask them of. So how it could look like, for example, let's say the person that you asked them to put up content, they said, yes, I knew you wanted it end of day Friday, and I knew you taught me how to do it step by step from start to finish, but I did not have the time, right? So time could be a resource, or they might say, my phone camera is not up to par. Okay, I know you wouldn't like the quality of work. It could be that. So it could be time, money, other resources, physical products. Okay, meaning that they did not have the resources to complete it. Right. So in your instructions, you have to include the deadline, include actually how to go about doing it, and you got to ensure that these people have the resources and even time, especially you as a boss, or if you're empowering someone else to take control of these projects, you have to help them to prioritize, right? That's one of the key leadership qualities that you must have. It's to teach people how to prioritize, right? So when they say they do not have time, they're basically telling you that I did not know that this was more important than the other 5 tasks that I had. So as a boss or someone who's being empowered with this role, they have to be able to let them know that this is a priority, finish it before you start anything else, right? For example, only focus on this week, finish up by Friday 5 p.m. This is how you do it, so that I can have it end of day Friday, right? So those are the top 3 reasons why some people or the team members may not complete the task that you ask them of. Of course, last but not least, if you have done all of that, all 3 levels, it's likely a people problem, meaning no matter what, this person is just not going to complete the task that you ask of them. So that's a different and very difficult conversations to have. But I want to share the message to encourage bosses or clinic owners and so on to come in with the intention that the first 3 points, it's pointing at yourself, meaning I did not tell them clearly what's expected, I did not show them how to do it, I did not give them the resources, right? So you have to first start blaming yourself and do the best you can to empower these people. Only then can you assume that this was actually a people or that particular person's problem. And this is how I genuinely tackle most of my manpower or people issues in our business. And I hope that you find this useful too. Thanks, guys.